In a quiet town surrounded by hills and old trees lived a boy named Daniel. He was known as a calm and gentle person. Daniel did not speak much, but everyone knew he had a kind heart. Daniel lived with his mother in a small house near the river. His father had passed away when he was young, so Daniel learned very early that life could be difficult. Because of this, he became a very responsible and serious person. Every morning, Daniel woke up early, helped his mother, and then went to college. After classes, he worked at a small bookstore in the town center. Books were Daniel's only escape. He loved stories about love, hope, and destiny. Sometimes he wondered if life would ever bring him a beautiful story like the ones he read. But Daniel never imagined that one day his own life would become a story. The day everything changed. One autumn morning, a new student joined Daniel's college. Her name was Emily. She had warm brown eyes and a smile that could brighten the darkest day. The moment Daniel saw her walking into the classroom, something inside his heart changed. For the first time in his life, Daniel felt nervous. Emily was friendly and cheerful. She talked easily with everyone and quickly became popular in the class. But Daniel remained quiet. He sat in the back of the classroom, watching her from a distance. Not in a strange way, but in a silent, respectful way. Every time Emily laughed, Daniel felt happy. Every time she looked sad, his heart felt heavy. But he never spoke to her. A small friendship. One evening, Daniel was working at the bookstore when someone entered. It was Emily. She walked slowly between the shelves, looking at different books. When she came to the counter, she smiled and said, "Hi, do you work here?" Daniel felt his heart beating fast. "Yes," he replied softly. Emily placed a book on the counter. "I love stories," she said. "They make life feel magical." Daniel looked at the book. It was a romantic novel. For the first time, they started talking. At first, Daniel was shy, but Emily had a warm personality that made people feel comfortable. After that day, Emily often visited the bookstore. Sometimes they talked about books, sometimes about dreams. Slowly, a quiet friendship began. The secret in Daniel's heart. Months passed. Daniel's feelings for Emily grew deeper every day, but he never told her. Why? Because Emily was bright, confident, and full of life. Daniel believed she deserved someone better, someone more outgoing, someone brave, not a quiet boy who could barely express his feelings. So Daniel loved her silently. He listened to her stories. He helped her with her studies. He walked with her after class, but he never said the words in his heart. The day his heart broke. One afternoon, Emily came to the bookstore looking different. Her smile was smaller. Her eyes looked tired. Daniel asked gently, "Is everything okay?" Emily hesitated. Then she said something that made Daniel's heart stop. "My family is moving to another city. Next week." Daniel felt like the ground disappeared beneath his feet. "Next week? That soon?" He forced a small smile. "That's good news." Emily nodded, but she looked sad. "I'll miss this town. And the people here." Daniel wanted to say something. He wanted to tell her everything, but the words stayed trapped in his chest. The goodbye. The last day arrived quickly. Emily came to the bookstore one final time. They stood in silence for a moment. Then Emily handed Daniel a small notebook. "For you," she said. Daniel opened it. Inside were handwritten pages. Each page described moments from their friendship. The day they met, the books they talked about, the evening walks. At the end of the notebook, Emily had written something. Daniel read it slowly. "Some people come into our lives like a beautiful story. Even if the story is short, it stays in our hearts forever." Daniel looked up. Emily's eyes were shining with tears. "Thank you for being my friend," she said. And then she left. Years later. 5 years passed. Daniel was no longer the quiet college boy. He had opened his own bookstore, but some things never changed. He still kept Emily's notebook. He still remembered her smile. One rainy evening, the bell above the bookstore door rang. Daniel looked up, and his heart stopped. Standing at the door was Emily. She looked older, but her smile was the same. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Emily said softly, "Did you miss me?" Daniel smiled for the first time in years. "Yes." Emily walked closer. "I came back because I realized something," she said. "What?" Emily looked directly into his eyes. The best stories are the ones we never finished. Daniel finally found the courage he never had before. And this time, he didn't stay silent.